So let's kick off our program. I could think of no more fitting way to start than to have a conversation with an entrepreneur who has grown not just one business, but has two successful businesses that she's currently running. So I'd like to invite Tammy Phan to the stage. Hello, hello, and there's your mic. All right. Well, first off, thank you for taking the time to join us today. Let's just dive right in. When I learned about you and your entrepreneurial journey, the first thing that struck me was, how does a person start a business, grow the business, and while growing that business, turn around and start another one? So talk to us about your backstory. What's the backstory? What inspired you to launch Luxe Du Jour?
Yeah, you have to be a little bit crazy to definitely want to do that. I would never recommend it because my mental health is a roller coaster ride at that point. But what inspired me to start Luxe Du Jour is because I am a bag addict myself. And I actually solved my own problem as a designer handbag collector. And the experience of trying to sell such a high-end designer handbag on the platforms 9 years ago. This was 9 years ago. And so how I solved that throughout the years and how Luxe Du Jour ended up becoming, why did we start restoring bags? Why did we start renting bags? It's because throughout the years, I just stumbled upon problems as a collector myself, and I just improved those problems through the business. So I was the genuine person who wasn't actually looking for money. I was just looking to solve my own problems, and the money came after.
Got it. Excellent. So, as you're, kind of launching and growing the business, what are some of what were those initial lessons that you learned, either through trial by error or that kind of have helped you propel that business?
The biggest lessons is knowing what you're willing to sacrifice, because during my prime years, this is when I was 22, 23 when I started, right? I sacrificed all those party years, so I had no friends. But now everyone wants to be your friend.
Funny how that works out, right?
Yeah, so I was willing to sacrifice that. I was willing to sacrifice my youth. And I learned a very valuable lesson, which is be careful who you do business with. Don't always do business with friends, because people change. And if you don't have the same work ethic, people don't have the same intention as you. So I got scammed by a friend of 14 years over business. So it's a valuable lesson that I learned.
Wow. So tell us about the business. Tell us about Luxe Du Jour. What problem are you solving, and how have you gone about growing that business?
Yeah, so with Luxe Du Jour, the problem we're solving is really making designer luxury more affordable and more accessible. So if you think about the world, the pre-owned and the second-hand market, it's actually growing at a faster rate than the brand new market. We have to think about what the future of the future shoppers are. It's the millennials, it's the Gen Zs. They're all about impact, sustainability, circular fashion. And of course, because we specialize in authentication, we're making it a safe platform to solve that and make luxury more affordable and accessible. A lot of people now are also probably shocked at who's renting these bags. Celebrities are. It's the multimillionaires that are actually renting this bag. Everyone doesn't want to own anything anymore. So it's just really something you have to adapt to and solve the problems that constantly keep occurring with how the world is changing.
Got it. Excellent. So if being a busy CEO and founder and running a successful business wasn't enough, right? So you had not enough free time, and so you decided to launch another business, the Moon Tea House. So talk to us about the second business and what was the inspiration for launching the second business?
So I was in over my head because I was like, look, this was easy. I did this by myself in my basement for Luxe Du Jour. And we had an acquisition offer. And that acquisition offer was $30 million. And I turned it down. And I was like, you know what?
Hold on.
I'm going to build.
Hold on. Tell us about turning down a $30 million acquisition offer. How does that... What goes through one's mind when they turn down a $30 million offer?
Because I said, I haven't even expanded to the US yet. So this was 2 years ago, before Luxe Du Jour's head office came just 5 minutes from here. It's on Jamboree and DuPont. I didn't launch the app yet. I didn't even open the US office yet. This was a profitable company that was growing at 100% growth rate in Canada. And Canada's population is like all of California. So that acquisition offer was based on that company in Canada. And I said, no, I'm going to get a higher valuation once I launch the app and once I expand into the US. So now we're in the Series B round and we're still scaling, and we have acquisition offers that are way higher than that one that my husband at the time was going to leave me and be like, take that offer. And I was like, no.
Wow. Well, kudos. That takes a lot of courage to recognize your value, recognize that it's not the right time to sell, and then look to continue growing your business. So kudos on that. So tell us about Moon Tea House.
It's a franchise. It's a master franchise. I regret it. It's too much work. I didn't realize. So I just thought it was easy running companies. So because of Luxe Du Jour and how it naturally came to me. And I wanted to start another passion project because I was like, oh, my passion for designer bags turned into a company, and it came easy because I was truly passionate about it. What else am I passionate about? I love boba. And so this is a master franchise from Canada. And when I had to move here, I drank that boba place in Canada all the time. Okay. So I asked the owner, I said, can you just sell me the master franchise rights for all of California? And I'll open it up because I live here now. So she sold it to me.
Wow.
And then I opened that first location in Costa Mesa. That was a brutal 16 months that took to build, and yeah.
Yeah. So what's a typical day? What's Tammy's typical day?
Typical day, I need to meditate in the morning, 100%, 20 minutes, just meditate so I don't go mental, don't go crazy. I listen to Audible while getting ready. It takes me 30 minutes to get ready. And then I'll drive to Luxe Du Jour's head office, take all my meetings at the Luxe Du Jour head office. Then when I'm done over there, I'll head to Moon Tea House because it just opened like 4 months ago. So just checking in on them, seeing how the customers are taken care of, because there's a certain brand I have to make sure it's being maintained. Then I'll drop by there. Then I'll go home and I'll make dinner, try to squeeze in a workout, and then I will wind down with something mindless, like a movie or something.
Okay.
That's my typical day.
Got it. So, reflecting back, if you were talking to your younger self, would you advise your younger self to stay on the same path, do anything different? What advice would you give to your younger version of yourself?
I would tell my younger self to enjoy the journey more. So I think what I did was grind too hard in my years where I didn't get to enjoy the journey. Yeah. And I think it's so important to just enjoy the journey. Even though you have a purpose and you have a goal, I think it's really important to incorporate some of the enjoyment and not realize, like, look, I push myself so hard to try to retire by 35. And if I retired at 45, but I lived an enjoyable life, that wouldn't be so bad, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, those are great words to end on. I want to thank you again for joining us today. And let's give her a round of applause for Tammy Phan.
Thank you.
Thank you.